Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this presentation, and a special warm welcome to those of you that are listening to this for maybe your first or even second time. So thank you very much for coming along and spending some time with us. Just briefly, let me tell you what we know about the project we're going to share with you. The gentleman on the left-hand side here, Gabriel, I've worked with Gabriel back in 2012 with another company. He went to the very, very top of the compensation plan, a very difficult compensation plan. He's a massive builder. And I saw this post on Facebook, and this on the right-hand side is Rick Heitzman on the right. So this is Gabriel shaking hands with Rick. And if you read the post together, it's very, very simple. It says here, we don't see each other often, but I'm always glad to see you, my very close friend, Rick Heitzman, an outstanding personality, successful investor, businessman, and just a great guy. Rick is the founder of First Mark Capital, a venture capital fund. Even at the inception of a company like Pinterest, Rick became their main investor at the stage of seed financing. After Pinterest went public, his investment paid off 1,900 times in volume. Today, Rick is one of the largest investors in Beurax. And this fact gives confidence to this young and very promising company. And that's the company we're going to look at on this particular call. But just before we go there, what I did was I went and looked for First Mark Capital. And lo and behold, we see Rick Heitzman on the front cover. And he's not just a partner, he is the owner, the CEO. He set up this venture capital fund. So a very credible gentleman. You can see some of the names on his website. And I can tell you, these companies would not allow this gentleman to brand their brand on his website, or he would be in fairly difficult situations. You can see all over his website that he talks about Airbnb, he talks about Discord, who I just joined recently, he talks about Shopify, and he was one of the seed financiers in Pinterest. So he's all about investment. He's all about helping companies get up off the ground. And here we learn that he's one of the main investors with this company we're looking at tonight. So that's just a little bit of homework we did in the background. We also learned that this company has its own servers, so that's a good sign that they're not renting them. We also know that the website is done very, very well, very, very slick, very, very accurate. A lot of money's been spent. We also learned that they have the company name purchased for their domain for 5 years, so their intentions are good. That's very, very important. That was another good sign for us. And then when we went to look at the company itself, Beurax, when we went to their website, we found this document, this PDF on their website. Now, what struck me looking at this slide was I couldn't really read the small print here. It's just too small to read. So what we decided to do was we decided to go directly to the government website. And that government website is ASIC, which is the Australian Securities and Investments Commission in Australia. They're a very, very tough organization. And when we went there to see, you know, it says here on the Beurax website, they have authorized capital of $75 million. Now, that's a fair statement. But when you actually go and examine the documents from the government, here we have the company name. We found the Australian company registration number. We know the date they registered. We have the minutes from their very first meeting. And if you want to do this homework yourself, because it's up to each of us, we're all adults, we all need to do our own due diligence. So what I trusted in was the government. The government is the regulator. The government issues the licensing. The government looks after these companies. So it would be in their remit to have their homework done. I'm sure they had to either see the passports or the utility bills or the paper documents from their accountants who are in behind this company. So if you go to the government website, which is the ASIC here, you will find when you come to this page, you click the select button. And when you click on that, it says organization and business name. And if you wanted to type in the name, the company name Beurax, and hit go, what you'll find is that you can actually, well, it comes up on the screen straight away. Here's the company name. The status is registered, so it's not a demissed company. It's live, it's action, it's registered, it's there. That's important. But if you want to get the documents yourself, unfortunately, you're going to have to pay for them. Now, we paid $17. It's not a lot of money. It was a very good investment just to check that they were fully licensed and registered. And what we found here is for $17, when you click that, you will get a PDF sent to you, and you can look for the current company information, but we went for the current and historical company information. Now, that document's in PDF. Really, for me, I would have to go off the PowerPoint and back onto a PDF and stop sharing and sharing screen. So all I did was I screen printed the document that the government sent us, and I'm going to show you that now. So you can go ahead and do your own homework. You can go and buy this yourself and do your own due diligence, or you can have a look at what we've got here. So here is the document, and again, it's from the Australian Securities and Investments Commission. These are a tough bunch of folks, I can tell you. I know many companies have had run-ins with ASIC. So the time of this document was the 27th of October, so it's very, very recent. It was just last week. And here we can see the ACN is the Australian company number. What else can we find out? Well, we can find out their address. We can find out where they operate. Now, the address, they've got a registered address at 212 Marcus Clark Street, but they've also got the principal place of business conducted there as well. We can see the name of the directors. We can also see, do you remember we talked about that $75 million? Well, this is what's called fully paid up shares. This is not nominal shares or beneficially held shares. This is fully paid up shares. And again, we got this from the government. So that was kind of the due diligence we've done on the website, on their servers, on the company registration, and stuff like that. And that gave us some confidence, because many companies in this arena, they don't go to this length, they don't go to this bother. So this gave us quite a lot of confidence. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you some information. It's just to discuss and share an idea with you. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you any advice here. I'm just formulating what's happened for me, the due diligence, the homework we've done, and I'm going to share with you exactly what we found and how we've been getting on with it. Of course, you must remember that past performance is no guarantee of future results, but let's have a look at what they're doing here, and let's see, can we find some satisfaction? Well, when I went into the website, the first thing you need to do is maybe put some money in, and you can put in dollars, or you can put in Bitcoin or Ethereum. So you'll find that these three clocks at the top of your website, you could call it your dollar bank, your Bitcoin bank, and you could call it your Ethereum bank. Well, to lodge or to load funds in, you click the replenish button. So whether that's dollars or Bitcoin or Ethereum, you just press the plus sign, and up will come a wallet address. You fund that wallet address, and the funds duly appear in your back office. So there's my 0.05. So it was just a very, very small undertaking on my part, just to dip my toe in the water, to see and feel the company from the inside. Sometimes you have to be on the inside of the business to see and feel how the whole thing works. So if you wanted to withdraw, and you can do that any day of the week, you can draw your profits or your earnings at any time. You just press the withdraw button, and what you actually do is you put your desired Bitcoin wallet or Ethereum wallet in the back office, and when you press withdraw, it just goes successful. And go and give it 10 minutes, check your back office, and you'll be very satisfied with what you find there. And we've tested this for quite some time now. So that's how you load funds into the account, and that's how you withdraw. It's very, 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 very simple. Now, having funds in these wallets doesn't make you anything. You've got to get your money to work for you. And that's one of the things we try to teach. Are you someone who works for your money? Or can you get your money to do the work for you that you don't have the work to do? And that's what we call a passive deal, where you don't have to recruit, you don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to lift anything. You get your money to work for you. Now, I can tell you this, I've learned that 90% of people lose 90% of their money in the first 90 days of trading. So if you wanted to be clever and go try and trade yourself, whether it's Forex trading or cryptocurrency trading, if you're a beginner, if you're brand new, the rule is this: 90% of people will lose 90% of their money in their first 90 days. Do you know why? Because you've no experience. So what we have here is we have a trading company that will do the work for you through AI, artificial intelligence, and robotic trading. This is very, very popular these days. And the good news is this company will give us a live data feed on their real-time monitors. We can actually see this as it happens. And they pull from various exchanges, even Binance, which is one of the most popular ones. So the good news is you and I, we don't have to understand trading. We don't have to do trading. In fact, we don't have to do anything. You can make money by itself. because your money works for you when you employ these robots to do the work. So what you need to do is you need to decide what level of risk you'd like to enjoy and how long you'd like to participate for. So I'm going to show you how to get yourself one of these plans. It's quite simple. Now, on the left-hand side, you will notice total return swaps, currency swaps, interest rate swaps, and commodity swaps. Now, you will see those same links across the top here. I've highlighted the blue one here, total return swaps. When you press that button, you then decide whether you're going to play with dollars, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. So let's have a look at the dollar accounts. Here's the good news. Everybody can dip their toe in the water for as little as $20 US. $20, guys. Probably would get you 2 or 3 coffees. It's nothing. You can dip your toe in the water and test it. And the good news is you get 1.4% a day, and this is business days, Monday to Friday, for 15 days. This is what I would call a 3-week plan. And it's based on 1.4% per day for those 3 weeks. And the limits are $20 minimum and $500 maximum. And that's a very easy offer to everybody on the planet, regardless of where you live. Now, if you would like to earn 1.5% per day, then you need to be considering $500 up to $1,000. But here's the good news. You get 5 bonus days. So we can see here you only get 15 days on this plan, but if you nominated this plan, you get 5 extra working days at 1.5%. Now that's not a bad plan. If we drill down further into the types of plans that are available, you will see then that you can get 1.6 on a 25-day plan, 1.7 on a 30-day plan, and 1.8, now that's the maximum, on a 35-day plan. Not a bad plan, but there's a $5,000 starting point for that. Now that's the dollars, USD. You can read this yourself. It's very, very simple. When we go over to the right-hand side, we'll see BTC. Now we're looking at the Bitcoin plans. And you'll notice that it drops to 1.4, but it's 0.001 of a Bitcoin, 1/100th of a Bitcoin. It's very little. Up to half a Bitcoin, you can get 20 days at 1.4. And if you go through this yourself, you'll find you can get 1.5, 1.6 in Bitcoin. That's 2 Bitcoins up to 10. Then for people that prefer Ethereum, minimum deposit 0.1 of an Ethereum, 1/10 of an Ethereum. That's less than $50 if you want to try Ethereum. Up to 5 Ethereum gives you that 20-day plan. Remember, it's 20 business days, Monday to Friday, at 1.4%. And you can enjoy 1.5% and further as you go through those plans. Now, that's the first set of plans. We call those total return swaps. If you click the next category, we're now looking at what's called currency swaps. Now, these are very, very popular. And if you're using dollars, you're looking at 3% a day for 90 days. Now, 3% a day for 90 days, that's 90 business days, gives you a total return of 270%. That means $10,000 would turn into $27,000 in the next 3 months. Say that again, at $10,000 would turn into $27,000 in just 90 days. That's a very good plan. If you wanted to enjoy 3.1%, you're looking at higher deposits, and you can go through these and find the one that's right for you. A very popular one in Bitcoin is this particular one here. It's 3.1% a day. It gives you 279%, in fact, and that's a 90-day plan. 1 Bitcoin. We have quite a few customers who are enjoying this particular plan here. Very, very good plan. We have people on this call that are doing very well with this particular plan. Again, if you want 3.3, 3.6% maximum, you're looking at a bigger deposit. And then we go to the Ethereum plans. They're starting at 25 Ethereum, and that's again 3.1% every day, Monday to Friday, for 90 days of your life. And at the end of the term, in some of these plans, the deposit comes back. But during the plan, you can remove the profit every day. You can take your money out every day. And that's the good thing. So you have to learn about what plan suits you, what type of plan is going to work. There's different denominations in currency and cryptocurrency. There's different time frames, and there's different percentages based on your deposit. Now, another great plan, I think, is the interest rate swaps. And they start at $1,000 for 1.9% a day for 45 days. Guys, 45 days goes in like that. And you would get an 85.5% return at that kind of rate, which is very good. And that applies to either Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can start with 3 Ethereum here, a tenth of a Bitcoin over there, or $1,000 for the dollar plan. So that's how the currency rate swaps go. And if we go to the next one, which is the commodity swaps, it's 4.2%. Now, this one locks you in for almost a year. This is a 200 business days in the year. I only know one person who's gone for these plans. People have opted for the shorter plans to have a little bit of confidence with the business, and that's down to you. It's down to you which plan you choose, what's the right one for you. There's something there for everybody. That's the important thing. So that's how you load up and select a plan. The next thing you want to consider is, well, how do I get my money out? How do I take my profit out, or how do I take my principal out? Very, very simple. Whatever in these boxes, you can withdraw simply by selecting here the currency. So in this case, we've got Bitcoin, 0.06 Bitcoin. I was taking out 0.05. I pressed withdraw, and guess what happened? Within about 15, 20 minutes, it landed straight into my wallet. My external wallet worked perfectly, and it's happened many, many, many times since this first transaction. That was back on the 24th of October. So very slick site. Everything seems to be working very, very well. You can see here's a history of some further withdrawals. So if we have a look at the screen here, you will see that 0.05 on the 23rd of October. On the 24th, I took out 0.1. On the 25th, I withdrew 2 Ethereum. On the 27th, I took out $1,000, and you can see the transactions working every time. And it's quite interesting that everybody that's participating is withdrawing, everybody's getting paid, it's working quite nicely. And even today, look what I did today, the 11th of the 11th, I took out 0.2 of an Ethereum, 20% of an Ethereum. I withdrew $3,000 today, and I also withdrew almost, that's another $3,000 there today when we're looking at 0.18 Bitcoin. And they come out very fast to your wallets. The other good news I have to tell you is there's no fees or charges. I've seen programs that they take off 30% off you on the way in, or they remove 20% off you on the way out. Guys, no fees, no charges, apart from the expected, what we call miner's fee or transaction fee for moving Bitcoin or Ethereum across the blockchain. So very, very little fees, but nothing to the company. It's all to you. So that's some of the history of the withdrawals. You could choose to be passive. Lots of people go passive, no work to do, nobody to talk to, nothing to present. Just let the plans work for you passively. Or you could go active. Now, what does active mean? Well, active is if you care to share the idea with some others, okay? And simply by referring others, we have a magnificent compensation plan. It's very, very easy. Now, here's one of our customers who's on the call tonight with us, who went passive with 4 plans. He started 4 plans. And this gentleman has been a bank manager for 17 years. Yes, a bank manager for 17 years. And once he saw that document from the government, what he did was he went in and put in 1 Bitcoin. Then he put in another Bitcoin. You can see it here. Then he put in 25 Ethereum. Yes, this is one customer, put in 1 Bitcoin, followed by another. And then the next day, was it the next day, 23rd, 24th, 25th, he put in 25 Ethereum, and then he took in a very small plan of some change here. Now over here, it tells you how many days are left to run in the plan. And you can see here, these big plans have 78 days to run. So they started at 90 days. These were 90-day plans, 78 days left, means only 12 days have run for this client. And if you look, he put in 2 Bitcoin and 25 Ethereum, and passively, he has taken out 3/4 of a Bitcoin and 9 Ethereum in 12 days. This gentleman is earning $1,400 per day, $1,400 per day from day one, without having to recruit, without having to share, just passive investment where this money's working for him, and he's withdrawing this every single day. Absolutely fantastic. Now, in fact, he's earned more than 16,000 in his last 12 business days. That's quite exceptional, and we have all the proof and evidence for this, even going back to the blockchain and to his wallet. Now, if you wanted to develop a team, this is the active side. You don't have to do this part, but if you wish, there's again some magnificent bonuses. Now, in day one, I just want to show you the history here. I shared this with 2 people, okay, just 2 people. and both of those took a plan out. So that was day one. In day two, it grew to 7 partners, of which just more than half had taken a plan. And what you'll find is that when somebody joins for free, it doesn't cost anything, it's all free, you don't pay anybody anything. Your plan goes active when you make a deposit, and then you're able to share the idea with somebody else. So it's very, very simple. Some people need to move funds around to get into position. So we can understand that you're going to have more partners than active partners. So in day two, 7 partners, of which 4 went active. In day 3, the partners grew to 38. 14 had funded an account. And that's 14 people making money every day. In day 4, it grew to 68 partners, and 27 took an account, okay? They funded an account. That's about 50% at this stage. Now, this is a very special day because this was the 27th of October. You might remember just a few slides ago, I showed you the document for the government. That document was received on the 27th of October. Also, we had a member of the upline visited the offices and met with our owner and met with our CMO at their offices in Canberra, the capital of Australia. And with that information and that confidence, the next day, this business went what I would call on fire. It jumped from 68 partners to 461 in one day. And you can see the active partners grew from 27 to a massive 250 active people making money. These 250 partners, every single one of them are getting paid every day, passively, without speaking to anyone. It's absolutely amazing. Day 6, it jumped over 600 accounts. 388 went active. That's about 2/3 had gone active at this stage. And in day 7, my first week in the business, it ended up at 681 partners, of which 420 had activated a plan. Now, that's about a week ago. I can promise you that these numbers have doubled again. Absolutely, yes. And so has the earnings. You can see here that I earned $4,300. It's not a lot, but look what I put in, 0.05. I put in about $500 or $600, and I've taken out $7,300 after 7 days. So a very nice business plan under the circumstances of COVID, when people are worried about their career, they're worried about their jobs, they're worried about their business, they're worried about their future, they're worried about the economy. To build a business online from home, passively without talking to people, that's key. When you can make your money make you money, that is key. But actively, if you want to help us and grow the community, to help the whole organization, then the active leadership bonuses are absolutely fantastic. Now, if you want to take your money out, you can take it out lots of ways. You can take it out in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or if you're connected to Perfect Money or Payeer, or if you want to take it out in USDT, that's Tether, you can get paid out. And it is very, very slick the way they pay. Very, very slick, very, very quick. If there's anything in these clocks, just press the button, withdraw, and you will find your money straight in your office, in your back wallet every day. So that's really how it works. Now, our upline, Alex, and I spent just less than an hour today with Alex. Alex was away on holidays. This is my upline. He was away on holidays there for 2 weeks. And he came back on the 6th of November and opened his back office, and he had 3.37 Bitcoin. He withdrew that, and I'll show you in a minute. His total withdrawals are $10,000, 4.5 Bitcoins, and almost 13 Ethereum. Absolutely serious. This guy's on holidays, let me tell you. And he couldn't believe what had happened when he went away. I mean, we brought him in 1,000 customers in about 2 weeks. It's just getting very, very exciting. And if you were not to trust these screenshots, Alex was very happy to provide us with the blockchain hash that we could actually read and see the confirmation of those withdrawals. We'll just take another look. 3.37 Bitcoin, and you'll see it's 3.37 Bitcoin. You'll see that works out at $53,000. Imagine going away for 2 weeks and coming back to that. So there's something here for everyone, depending on your own appetite, for risk, on your own, I suppose, desire to do well in these uncertain economic times. I'm just going to finish now on the compensation plan for those that are interested. For the passive people, you don't have to understand this at all. You can forget about it. The presentation's finished for you guys. For those of you who want to build a team all over the world, let me tell you how this works. This is probably the simplest compensation plan I know of. It's all on one page and very, very simple. When you start and have a plan, you're called a silver consultant, and you would get 6% of the deposit of any of your frontline customers. If they referred somebody else, you would get 3%. If they referred somebody else, you get 1%. And then it diminishes through all these percentages down 15 generations. Very, very generous compensation. When your accumulated team turnover, your whole structure, works out at $10,000. Now remember, I had one guy put in a Bitcoin, which was about $13,000 at the time. That would automatically progress you to golden consultant, and you would earn 731 and all these small percentages. But when you have $30,000 of business, you get a $1,000 bonus. When you have 60,000 of structure, you get 2,000 bonus. I got this one yesterday. I got $3,000 bonus yesterday. And now I'm on 10, 6, 3, 1 and all of these percentages. And you can go all the way up to $20,000 bonus. Alex got his $20,000 bonus. There's a $50,000 bonus, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million bonus, and the maximum is a $3 million bonus on top of your earnings, on top of your passive investment, and on top of all of these percentages as well. This is an extra, what we call leadership bonus. How it actually works is, just to give you some further information on that, is any business you do yourself, you get 100% dollar for dollar volume. And this is to stop people stacking accounts, because that destroys the program for everybody. That's what you don't want to encourage in your team, where people cheat you out of your earnings. So what we want to do is we want to encourage people that you get 100% dollar for dollar on your front line. On your second line, it drops to 80%. Third line, it drops to 50%. So the deeper you stack it, the less you get. It's not worth doing it. So I just want to tell you that at the front end of this. So if you're really striving for these $1 million bonuses, you want to build a wide front line and keep the business tight and don't stack the business. That would be the idea behind that, for those of you who understand it. And of course, it gets up to 12, 8, 3, 2, and you'd rather get a 12% instead of 6% on something. Would make a lot of sense. You get double the power by building a strong front line in the organization. So that's our compensation plan, guys. It's very simple. One page, everybody can do it. And just to finish again, let's suggest somebody had the wherewithal to try one Bitcoin in this. And you can fractionalize this if you wish. But if you had a Bitcoin in on a 90-day plan at 3.1% per day, here's what would happen. After 3 weeks, just 15 days, you would have almost half a Bitcoin back. After 6 weeks, that would be 30 days. 1 month, you would have almost your full Bitcoin back. So 1 month is the waiting time, because you can withdraw every day. You can have your Bitcoin in, your Bitcoin back in 1 month. 30 business days is amazing. Now, after 65 days, you double. You've now got 2 Bitcoins. You turned 1 Bitcoin into 2. And then after the 90 days, at 3.1%, your Bitcoin would be 2.79. Now, we know what's happening in Bitcoin. We know that PayPal's got engaged. We know that a lot of the major institutions are coming on board, and we can see what's happening in Bitcoin. The good news, guys, here, it's incredible that your currency stays in Bitcoin. I've seen programs where they take the Bitcoin off you, they convert it to dollars, and they trade in dollars for you, and then they give it back to you in your Bitcoin. But the Bitcoin, you've missed the rise of Bitcoin. You haven't got the benefit of the upward trend of Bitcoin or Ethereum. This trades in your currency. And imagine taking 1 Bitcoin and turning it into 2.79 in just the next 90 days. It's absolutely amazing. And you can fractionalize that. If you can afford 1/10 of a Bitcoin or 1/100th of a Bitcoin, the same would apply. I don't know if you're going to qualify for the 3.1%. That's what you need to look at. Does the plan suit your budget? You pick the plan that suits you. And you can start a new plan every day if you wish. You can set up multiple plans, or you can just withdraw. It's entirely up to you. So with that, that's my part over. I'd like just to hand you back to Fraser to wrap up the presentation. Thank you very much, Fraser.
Okay, guys, thanks very much. That is just an amazing presentation again. I just want to join again if I can. It's absolutely brilliant. Guys, a lot of you might be thinking, where's the money coming from? to pay these percentages out. So I'm just going to very quickly and very briefly go through the real-time monitoring that we can see as members of Beurax. But you don't have to be a member of this company to see the trading. So you can go to trading.beurax.com, and you will be taken to an API. So what Beurax are doing is that they are trading money on around 8 or 9 different exchanges. As Hugh's just highlighted, Binance, Bittrex, Kraken, Coinbase, Indox. These are just to name a few of those exchanges. And what they're doing is that they're trading 9 pairs. You can see on the top line here, BTC USD, Ethereum USD, Litecoin, and so on and so forth. So what's really interesting about this is clearly they can't show the exchange in Binance or Bittrex or Kraken. So what they've got is a live feed from all these monitoring into a monitor that's coming in and showing all the trades that are happening in these 9 pairs across the 9 exchanges that they are working with. So here we can see Bitcoin and USD. And then if you look at the right-hand side here, you can see that current value trading assets in that particular currency pair is $5.7 million. And they're currently receiving 1.37% profit a day, every 24 hours. Over a 7-day period, 17.3% profit, and over the month, over a 30-day period, 73. Again, you can go to any one of these different pairs and it will show you, for example, a different set of figures for those trading assets. In XRP, for example, $7.4 million in trading assets. They're receiving 1.08 a day and 49% over the month. And here, ZEC USD 1.29. What we do is we've been tracking these figures now for around 2-3 weeks. And we are seeing on average that this company is making in excess of $5 to $6 million in a 7-day period, just taking from these particular figures. So that's where the money's coming from, guys. So again, when you think about you've taken out a 20-day plan or a 90-day plan and they are paying you 3.1% just on this one particular currency pair over 30 days, they're making 78% profit. What's also interesting is that whilst cryptocurrency trades 7 days a week, they are only paying you Monday through Friday inclusive. So they're paying you 5 days a week, and the company are taking that Saturday and Sunday profit, obviously building their business. So this gives you great confidence that, as Hugh said, the company is registered on ASIC. We've had people go to the offices and confirm that they are there. I think they're on the 9th floor, if I remember rightly, that they've met the CEO and the CMO, that there were around 30-40 staff engaged in activities when they went unannounced. And even further, here we have an API or a real-time monitor of the stats that the company is engaged with in terms of crypto trading on a daily basis. So with that, Hugh, I'll give it back to you. I think we're just about done. What I will say, guys, as Hugh mentioned, that when you put your crypto into this opportunity, it stays as crypto. So when you put your 1 Bitcoin in, as that gentleman put 1 Bitcoin in around 16, 17 days ago, that value of that Bitcoin was just over $12,000. I think it was $12,900. That was the market value of Bitcoin. And Ethereum was around $350. He had 25 Ethereum in there. Today, the market value of Bitcoin is 15,000. I think it's run at 800, something like that, 15,800. So his one Bitcoin has grown from just short of 13 to 15.8. And his Ethereum has grown from 350 to 470, as you can see there. So it's happy days, guys. When we take that one Bitcoin out, it comes back into our wallet almost immediately. The bonuses are almost immediate. This is a really, really special business. So with that, Hugh, I'll hand it back to you if you want to take any close-up or questions.
Thanks very much for that. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time, just to suit, we're trying to suit as many people as possible. And we could do some bespoke presentations for you or your groups or your teams if you organize that with us. So please get back to the person that shared this with you. Do your own homework. Go and buy that document from the Australian government. Be satisfied that they need to do the due diligence on the owners of this company and the formation of this company. And if we can trust in the government, then we can trust this business. And with that, I'm going to leave it to you. Thank you for joining us all, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you every success, whatever decision you make, whether it's a $20 plan or a $10,000 plan, that's your pigeon. That's entirely up to you. So with that, thanks everyone. We'll see you on Friday, same time. We'll get the links out to the groups. Good night. Bye-bye.